noisy exercise ride. So it is 70 degrees. It's a household member's birthday. And we're going to be running around later. So we're squeezing in an e-bike ride now while we have the chance. I hear sirens, so I'm gonna wait here. Oh, they turned off. Okay. That's the other town anyway, over there. I have a water pack, I have a snack bar pack, and I have a bike in my path. So somebody in the comments mentioned about my microphone setup, and excuse me, wow, and I was eating food before, so like my throat's like still clearing the toothpaste. But yeah, somebody commented about my sound, my audio, and recommended I use an external mic. I use the internal mics on the GoPro and a windscreen cover over the camera to block out the wind noise. And I stick with this setup because basically the camera has stereo mics, and which means I'm recording in stereo, and I prefer that. If I go to an external mic setup, copying that would be challenging. All sorts of ways to do it. And then let's say I figure it out, right, and I managed to come up with the perfect stereo external mic setup, right? Then I would wind up with all sorts of physical connections, plugs and such. And if you have any experience with sensitive audio equipment that plug in, you'll find that sometimes in different weather and different settings, different temperatures, whatever, they connections become intermittent. So you'll get staticky, humming, or maybe no audio at all sometimes. So you fiddle with the plug. And I've seen other vloggers posting vlogs with those issues. I don't get those issues with the internal mics. The mics are hardwired directly inside the camera, so there's no fussing with weird connections. So my setup is kind of like the no-brainer setup. It's just simplistic, no fuss. And it's reliable. All right, we gotta make a left here. Left turn, Clyde. Right turn, Clyde. Lincoln Harbor. I was in colonial times. The sailing ships would come in this area. By Lincoln Harbor, that is, not up here. You can make the left, you can do it. Take the usual long ride. I think we're not getting too committed to a big long distance road trip because we have a birthday party to attend to. Right turn, arrow. Whoa, buddy. I mean, technically the bike should have let the car go, but I don't know, who's to say, right? I'm not qualified for that, right? So I have several things going on. I have to run some errands, pick up medicines. I gotta... Well, I'm waiting for a delivery. Brake pads. And then pick up medicines, and then I gotta pick up a cake. And I was joking around with a family member that I was gonna take my e-bike up to pick up the cake, and they had the look of fear in their face. They said, "No, don't do that." I said, I'm joking. I said to them, think about it. What would the cake look like if I took it on my e-bike? Yeah. Sponsored or anything, but hey, if you're in town and you see the guy playing a rather large saxophone, he's got the case for it open. You know, if your pocket money, your wallet money falls out into his case, I'm sure he wouldn't complain. Road work aplenty. I'm gonna make the left. Take a peek at the waterfront. gonna move on.
By the time I get home.
It's always interesting when someone's recording an e-bike riding on the bike lane, but they themselves are pedestrians standing in a restricted bike lane. What they'll leave out of their video when they post it is that there's a couple of signs on there that say no pedestrians on bike lane. Basically. Yeah, they're definitely getting serious about that. They're gonna fix this up. It's gonna be a nice big marine park. Do we have bike lane access? Yes, we do. Aha, they did fix it. Okay. What was that? Whoa, hey. A bad combination of things. Something on the pavement popped against my tire. And the doggo woman was walking, got startled just as I was passing him. knock it down a couple notches. But I had a dude on a SurRon blow through the light. Pass me up and blow through the light. I'm like, you know, I don't know. I don't think he was recording or anything. But yeah, I don't blow through lights typically because I don't like to. And when I'm recording, I'd like to edit anyway those scenes, so it doesn't. I have no need to blow through the light. It's not a necessity for me. Also, it's kind of fun to mess with the Karens by showing continuous footage. With I'm approaching a light that's changing, but then it's green in the edit, and I know it messes with them because they sit there with a fine-tooth comb sifting through every frame by frame, you know. So what is interesting, in the beginning I would get those kind of Karens, and that subsided. But what I noticed when I used to get the Karens like that, never ever ever once ever did they ever comment about the cars that were going 15 miles an hour faster than me. Or in some of my edits you could see the car blowing through a light. So Yeah, Karens are funny like that. Especially when they're specifically focusing or targeting on one person or something, but then they're ignoring everything else. So they're very selective. You know.